Zimbabwe's President Emmerson Mnangagwa is making his first working visit to South Africa. The Zimbabwean leader has met with South African President Zuma in Pretoria on Thursday. The two heads of state have shared perspectives on various issues of mutual importance, such as regional, continental and international development. President Mnangagwa has also addressed a high-profile business conference at the Zimbabwean embassy in Pretoria. Since taking office on November 24th, his new administration is striving to revitalize Zimbabwe's economy through attracting investment. Let's get you more perspective on that story. I'm joined live from our Johannesburg studios by Itumeleng Makhetla from Political Analysis South Africa. Itumeleng, what's the significance of Mnangagwa's trip to South Africa as his first foreign visit as president?
Good evening, Penina. Good evening to the listeners at home. Thank you for having me. There are a couple of considerations as to the significance of President Mnangagwa's visit to South Africa today. First being the fact that South Africa is a very important trading partner to Zimbabwe. The fact that there is anything from about 1 million to 3 million Zimbabwean residents living in South Africa. And also the fact that South Africa has been one of the major deal brokers during the ousting of the former President Robert Mugabe. So it makes perfect sense for me that President Mnangagwa would choose South Africa as a first foreign visit in office.
So having said that, what role will South Africa be playing in Mnangagwa's efforts to revitalize the Zimbabwean economy and create jobs?
Yes, well, we've heard that President Mnangagwa has tried to invigorate the economy of Zimbabwe since it has literally crumbled down over the past couple of years. And South Africa is a very good ground for garnering investment since there are scores of Zimbabwean businessmen who are doing business here in South Africa, and as well as South African businesses that are, I think, that will be very keen in doing business in Zimbabwe since the proximity between the two countries.
Now, Mnangagwa has also taken what some consider a controversial stance on white Zimbabwean farmers who lost their land. What more can you tell us about that?
That is a very interesting aspect of this visit, because we've seen yesterday that the ANC has taken a resolution to entertain the whole land without expropriation. Meanwhile, Mnangagwa on the other side has sort of backtracked from the ZANU-PF stance of giving land to the locals. So we're seeing these two countries going at opposite directions when it comes to this particular issue of land. But with that said, to me it seems as though the ANC is just trying really to speed up its process because it has actually failed over the past 2 decades to address this issue. The issue of redistribution of land to the locals, to the black people of South Africa, and it has been a constitutional failure that the ANC has literally had. And this is a very important issue that we will hope to hear a bit more after the talks have been finished about what will be a way forward. Maybe perhaps there will be a way of realizing that the experience of Zimbabwe can teach us something. For instance, I mean, President Mnangagwa, when he's trying to woo the new investors, he needs to give them something in terms of the protection of property, or even the protection of investment if he wants to get new investment coming into Zimbabwe. So the different stance that the two countries are having are certainly not lockstep, and we just hope that we will find more clarity as the proceedings go by.
All right, we appreciate this perspective, sir. Thank you for joining us. Itumeleng Makhetla, live for us in Johannesburg.